Today on Mavis's Home Makeover, we're going to be tackling a kitchen remodel from top to bottom with all the tools necessary with a little bit of tasting. With every great remodel, there's going to be tools needed. I'm not quite sure what this is for, but I'm sure that we'll figure it out as we get more into the video. So first thing, everybody needs a good saw. I'm not quite sure how to use this thing, but I'm sure if you shake it a little bit, it will eventually work. Next, we'll need a good tape measure. This one doesn't seem to be working correct, but hopefully I can get it fixed. Last thing you're going to need is a hammer that I have sitting right over there. But I can't get this thing to go back in, so I'm going to just shake the shit out for a little bit, and hopefully I can get this working by the time I start this video. Let's get started. We're going to remove the sink first by detaching the plumbing and taking out the nails that hold it in place. Once removed, you can gently rip it away from the wall and put it on the ground, where then you can begin to climb on it. Now we're going to remove the stove. The stove is connected to the wall with a gas line, so we have to be careful not to have any gas leaks in the process. Test the line to make sure the gas is off. We want to look in the back of the stove to make sure it has been fully disconnected so that there is no problems. Once it's removed, we can pull the stove down, laying it gently on the ground, where we can then begin to climb on top of it. Now we're going to remove the refrigerator. The refrigerator has a water line that's attached to the water filtration system on the front. Let's check it and make sure that it is turned off before we rip it out. It's also a good idea to check the refrigerator to make sure that there is nothing left in there to be eaten, that it could go bad. It's a great thing we checked, because we forgot we had our lamb lunch in there. We're going to take a break and go have some lunch. We'll be right back to take out that fridge. We're back. I forgot what I was doing, but I think I was taking out this refrigerator. So the best thing would be pull right here, but I don't know if this would be the best thing. Oh well, I guess not. We're just gonna take the whole fridge down now. And once I get this fridge on the ground, I think it's important to note that we should always climb on top of the furniture that we are removing. As you can see, I removed the old kitchen that was a 3-piece, and today we're going to install a new 1-piece kitchen that has a blue countertop with installed sink and dishwasher. I want to make sure that I have all the proper tools for this installation because it has to be secured to the wall and leveled. After my measurements, we're ready to install the kitchen. Let's climb on it first, shall we? To start this installation, we're going to start at the top of the cabinet, pushing it firmly up into place so that it seals against the wall. Once the kitchen is up and it is in place, we're going to make sure that it is fastened to the wall so that it does not pull away. The best way to do this is to go to both ends and make sure that clips are attached to the wall. Once the kitchen is in place, we then will hook up the gas lines, water lines, and electric so that the microwave, dishwasher, sink, and stove work. Once the plumbing's installed and the water is turned on, it's always a good idea to hit the faucet with a hammer, just to check for leaks. Now let's check all the doors and fasteners. Make sure that everything opens and shuts properly. Starting with the refrigerator, we'll move on to the stove. Since this is a new kitchen, sometimes things will stick, so you gotta use a little bit more elbow grease to get things open. As I mentioned, this door is a little bit tighter than normal, so we might have to give it a little firmer oomph to get it open. There we go. Now we can operate the door open and shut and see that everything is working properly. Next we'll move to the dials, testing the dishwasher, the oven, and the stove, to make sure that everything is properly working and operational. Final thing we'll check is the water to make sure that we do have our softened water coming out of the fridge. Now that we're all done, it's very important to put all your tools away and make sure that they're clean. So the next time you have a job, everything is clean and operable and ready to go. This is also a great time to look for dullness in the blade to make sure that it will be usable next time. Now that our kitchen's fully functional, let's test it. Make some banana bread and cornbread. Let's wash everything off, warm it up in the microwave, and then we'll mix up our batter and put it in the oven where we can cook both of the cakes at the same time. Once we're done, we can enjoy our kitchen with our family and loved ones. It's time for some R&R. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and tune in next week to Mavis' Home Makeover when we tackle a bathroom that Mommy and Daddy mistreated. Until then, be safe, and as always, we love you.